no, I'm not ever having kids. And they like lose their minds over it. Like, oh, how dare you? Like, how dare you have a uterus and not use it?
And with the power of the internet, power of a magical time machine that is the internet, we are here, jumping forward 2 and a bit weeks. And we're back with Jilly and Ryan. Hi, guys.
Oh.
And obviously for continuity, we're in exactly the same outfits.
We should have thought about that, shouldn't we? Oh dear. Yeah, oh dear. I don't think I was wearing a white t-shirt the last time. But anyway, too late. I do have a better moustache than I did. Do you remember I was having to grow my moustache for Movember, the charity? Well, this is the final product. What are the thoughts?
Yeah, lots of growth.
I'm going to keep them to myself.
I knew you would. Mr. Huge Beard. Anyway, whatever. Jilly, good to have you back. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, pretty much coming up on, this is week 3, I believe, whatever, of recovery. So things are healing, just taking care of the incisions. So yeah,
all
doing
right.
pretty good.
Talk us through then. Take us back to the day of the op. I remember messaging you the night before just to say sort of good luck, looking forward to hearing how it goes. Tell us.
Such a good guy.
I know. I set a reminder. No, I didn't. How did take us through that morning, waking up, and the whole process?
Yeah. So I wasn't allowed to eat or drink anything from midnight till surgery. So apart from having a raging headache, I was fine. But we went in first thing in the morning. My husband came with me. Obviously, I needed someone to drive me there and back. And they were only allowing people to bring one person with them into the hospital anyway, so that was him. But they let him stay for the whole thing, which was nice. But yeah, so went in, got checked in. They just did like some general post-op stuff. Got pre-op stuff. Got like my IV put in and stuff. That was probably the longest wait was beforehand getting into surgery, just because they still had some stuff they had to set up. But that was no big deal. I mean, I had pre-op nurses talk to me, the surgeon came over to talk to me, the anesthesiologist came over to talk to me. So pretty much everyone came over and talked me through their bits of it, which I really appreciate because I like knowing how things are going to go. So I wheeled into surgery. They put me under pretty quickly. That went well. It's only maybe half an hour, I think, for the whole surgery time. So pretty quick. Didn't take me that long at all to come back out of anesthesia, and I was just waiting around until they gave me my paperwork so I could leave. But yeah, the probably the most irritating after effects was because they have to fill your abdomen with gas, so they have more room to work with. That then presses against nerves up in your abdomen and causes a lot of shoulder and upper chest pain for a few days afterwards. Yeah. So that was probably the most uncomfortableness healing afterwards. I had heard that was a possibility, so I was prepared for it, but it was kind of just, have some heating pads and wait it out kind of thing. But that was way more bothersome than any of the incision sites. Well, that and my throat after the intubation too. But
okay,
yeah, that was pretty sore. But yeah, it wasn't a big to do or anything. Everyone was there, was really nice, and I was definitely the youngest person in there for surgery because I could see their board was right outside my recovery room when I was watching the different ages and things scroll through it. I'm like, oh, everyone's 40s and 50 years old. So I don't know why, I just found that amusing that I was the youngest person
I agree.
in surgery that day.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How were you feeling in the build up? So you spoke about sort of being made to feel at ease. What kind of thoughts were going through your head as it became clear that this is real, this is happening in the next few hours, minutes?
I was pretty excited, finally being there and stuff. It was pretty calm. I mean, it was nice that they let me, bring my husband. He was sitting with me up until they brought me to go to the surgery room. Then he had to go wait in the waiting room. So it was nice to have someone with me. But yeah, it was kind of exciting going through it. And I really liked my surgeon. He was really great about explaining everything and just making it sound matter of fact, this is how it's going to be and nothing extra, which I appreciate. So, and afterwards, yeah, not having to worry about stuff for the rest of my life, not having to take any sort of hormonal birth control or anything is kind of great, kind of exciting. So, I'm pretty happy I'll have
What's the recovery period? How long do you have to
So
wait?
technically full recovery period is 4 weeks, but you're pretty much back to normal after about 2. Okay. So it's more just that, incisions take a while to heal more than anything else past those first 2 weeks. But especially like the first week and stuff, you're not supposed to lift anything heavy. You're not supposed to like go for walks or anything, wear loose fit clothing, so nothing's rubbing. But yeah, but it's not, because it's the laparoscopic, it's not that bad, any of it. So.
And I suppose the big question would be, when can you be intimate again after an operation like this?
They do say 4 weeks.
4
that
weeks.
Was the full timeline for that, is you do wait the full 4 weeks for that. So.
All right.
That's clearly a man question to ask.
I wasn't asking that question.
It wasn't even on Paul's list, and I was
wasn't
like,
even on my list. And I love a list. I'm assuming you didn't write that in case I deleted it.
It just came to me as she was talking. I was just like, I need to know.
Fair enough. No, I get that. I like that. That's why I like these conversations, because things just appear in your head. Do you remember how you felt when you sort of first woke up, you came to, and you were like, oh, it's happened?
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I was a little groggy, but more coherent than I thought I was going to be waking up. Yeah, I was quite excited that morning, for that moment, once I like actually came to and realized what was happening. And then after that, I was like, dear God, my throat hurts so bad. And that kind of took over a lot of things. But yeah, the initial was excitement that it was done, and I'd actually achieved that so many women struggle to get to that point. So it was pretty exciting.
And you're now, sorry, Ryan, go on.
Why you think other women struggle to get to that point? Can you just reiterate why that?
Yeah.
Just in case nobody's watched the first half of this.
Mostly because I feel like, and it definitely depends on where you are, but a lot of doctors think that it's too extreme, or they're scared that you're going to change your mind, or just don't believe that you really know what you want as a woman, and that's an okay decision to make. So it's mostly a lot of pushback from people's doctors, and trying to find a surgeon who's willing to do it as just a birth control method, and not just either fully medical or, oh, I've already had X amount of kids and I'm done now. So that's the main pushback that a lot of people see.
Yeah, I think it's quite interesting. I think hopefully people watching this will think that's crazy that somebody else has so much say over what you do with your own. Yeah. So it's good that we're kind of touching on that. Paul's got a list of questions, so I'm going to be quiet.
I've not got a list of questions. I've got some pointers to focus.
And I could actually see your cogs kind of turning in your mind.
Could you see
That's
me
not
looking
one
to
of the
the
questions.
left?
That's not one of the questions, right?
We're not that rigid. We're not.
I know we're not.
Unless I decide we are. Jilly, we need to talk about your... You told us before that you hadn't told your family. That was a deliberate decision not to tell your family prior to surgery. And the plan was to tell them on Thanksgiving, which was now yesterday, going by today's date, 27th of November. Mm-hmm. That didn't quite go to plan. Coronavirus kind of got in the way. Take us through, please.
Yeah, so yeah, it kind of, because they recently upped again, like the restrictions stuff in Massachusetts and stuff, and so I didn't really want to go, because like the difference between cases currently in New Hampshire versus Massachusetts is like they're seeing 3,000 plus cases a day, we're seeing maybe 300 plus a day. So I did end up going. Some of my family did. It was kind of everyone's discretion at that point, because some of my family still lives in Mass. Me and one of my siblings and his wife live in New Hampshire. So some people still went, I didn't. So once I'd kind of made that decision, I sent like a group text to all of my siblings, because I was like, it's just easier that way. My sister, being my sister, was mad that I didn't tell them beforehand, but I love her, but she is my sister, and she's judgmental. So I expected pushback from her. My little brother, who I'm definitely the closest with, was pretty great. And he and his wife are fence sitters right now, but whether or not they want to have kids. So he definitely sees both sides of it. So he was great. He was like, hey, if you're happy, you're happy. Like, hope your recovery goes well. My older brother didn't really give me pushback, except he was unhappy that I said, I had this passport, whatever, like I had sterilization surgery, X, Y, and Z, these are my reasons. And he was like, well, you didn't have to call it sterilization surgery. Like, that sounds very like dystopian. And I'm like, what would you like me to call it? Because that's what it is. So that made me laugh that like that was the issue he took with that text message. So of course. But they all pretty much knew that I was never going to have kids. So they took it very well. My mom's response was just okay.
Wow.
Which
never a good mum response.
No, which makes me a little nervous for the next time that we do meet up. That there will probably be a longer discussion about it, but for now we have avoided that, I guess. So we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
Yeah.
Have you not spoken to your mum aside from you sending it the group message and the response being okay?
I haven't. I was very much expecting her to like call me right away or something, and she didn't, which made the response of okay even a little more like, oh god, it's gonna come with this. But no, past that and me deciding not to go to Thanksgiving with everything going on, we haven't really spoken. I think she would rather do it in person.
Yeah,
fair enough.
So,
but where is that going to be?
I don't know.
That's what you wanted to do, though, wasn't it? You wanted to see everybody.
It was my original plan, yeah. But
so you get that.
Yeah. So we'll see, but at least it's out there and people know. So.
Yeah, at least it's not a secret. But I can understand your reservation now, where mum knows and
I know.
not heard from her.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. But it's out there. It's whatever. So.
Wow.
Did it cross your mind to have a Zoom or a sort of video call as opposed to a group text, or did you opt for the text for other reasons?
I mean, well, like I said, I texted my siblings mostly just because it was easier and it wasn't going to be as big of a deal telling them as it was my parents. No, I didn't really think about doing a Zoom call or something. It was kind of like, well, if we're not going to do it in person, then I'm just going to get it over with right here and now. Kind of my thought. So it may come down to that with me and my mom.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. How did it feel putting that text together?
Are we going to need another roundup now? I feel like we're in the, I think we're in the second part of that story.
It almost feels like it. How did it feel putting together that text? Is it something, was it one of those ones where you wrote it before in the notes app and copied and pasted? I knew it would be.
Yeah, the one from mom particularly, yes. Because I was like, I feel like I need to put all my reasoning in here, but I don't want it to come off one way. But yeah, I totally wrote it beforehand and copied and pasted it into a text message.
How did you word it? Doesn't have to be verbatim, but what were the kind of key points?
Idea.
Just basically being like I'm pretty sure you're already aware that like I don't want to have kids and blah blah. So like basically just saying like, here are my reasons. This is what I went through with it. Like, sorry, like I didn't tell you guys beforehand, but it was kind of something I want to do for me and do it on my own time. So that was kind of how I worded it. Yeah. Basically, but yeah.
I hope you put at the bottom, P.S. Check out Life Is It Just Me on YouTube and on podcast, and you get the whole backstory when I tell two strangers before I tell my own family.
Yeah, she'll appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe she might want to have words with us, which maybe isn't a good idea.
The way you just worded that has made me fear for my own life.
Thank goodness we're so far away. Thank goodness we're living on the other side of the world.
Oh my.
Well, I mean, that was brave, and I think when we spoke before, you said that you kind of knew this was going to happen. It wasn't going to be plain sailing, put it that way.
Yeah. It was going to be what it was kind of thing, and I'm okay with that. I mean, I've butted heads with my family before about life decisions and stuff, and I mean, I'm not the youngest. I'm the second youngest out of the four, so sometimes I definitely still get treated kind of like the younger of the kids. So it happens, but I swear I'm an adult and can make my own decisions.
And that's what we're talking about here, decisions. So what was very apparent when we spoke to you last is that you were very well together. You had your thought processes well thought through. I mean, even just how much hilarity we're having during this conversation is, I think, an indication of just how much you had thought this through and were sure about your decision. So if Mum's watching, hopefully that helps.
Hi, Mum.
Yeah. I wouldn't have gone into this if I wasn't sure. So
Of course.
Yeah.
And that did come across, as Ryan said.
It very much did, yeah.
Are you going to wait for Mum to contact you? Are you going to contact her? Or do you not know yet? What's the plan?
I mean, at this point, I think I'm going to see how stuff kind of plays out with COVID and everything. Like, if it looks like we're going to get together or not. If not, yeah, I'm probably going to reach out and be like, do you want to talk on the phone? Do you want to Skype? Do you want, like, see it? Because it definitely felt like there was more to come.
Oh, I think so.
So
yeah, I think there's another conversation to be had there.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So if it stays how it's going right now, yeah, I'll probably do like a phone call or something with her.
Okay.
We were hoping to come back to you, and you've been like, well, we were over Turkey, and they were like, so,
I
how
know,
is everybody?
I'm sorry, dramatic story for you.
No turkey this year for anyone. Christmas, Thanksgiving, no.
No, it's just all this. Yeah, 2020,
Really?
everyone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Very disappointing.
You said your sister as well. You described her as being judgmental in what she said. How are you feeling
Yeah,
about
she's
how...
just. I don't know. She took issue with me not like telling them beforehand and stuff, because she was like, well, you still went in for surgery and stuff. I'm like, I get that. Yeah, it was still surgery, but it's not like I went in with nobody knowing that I was having surgery, and my husband was with me. So she took issue with that, with me not including them in my decision was kind of a thing. But I get that pushback from her a lot about things. And
Okay, so it's not the first time.
no.
Okay, so
You need
you
to tell her
knew
to
what
start a
you were
podcast, and then you'll be able to share with her.
going- But don't steal her idea.
No, but that's the idea.
Yeah, no, common pushback from her. So
Okay. Yeah, so this is something you kind of preempted. And,
Yeah.
you know how to deal with. Yeah. How are things now? I know it's only been a day or so since you spoke, but are you still in the same sort of position, or have you worked things out?
yeah, it's been pretty good. Yeah, I ended up telling them a couple days before Thanksgiving. Just because I knew that was going to happen. My birthday was 2 days ago. And my little brother gave me a call, and we touched upon it briefly.
Happy birthday.
So, yeah, so things are good with him, whatever. And it's not like nobody's not talking to me or anything. So,
Again, one of the things that crosses my mind is, how does this directly affect them?
Yeah.
Like, I know that lots of people have opinions on this topic, and we wouldn't be doing this series if there wasn't lots of kind of different avenues of that thought process. But at the end of the day, how does it directly affect them? It's your life decision.
Yeah. Well,
and again, that kind of came across when you were telling us before about your thought processes, and it's my choice.
Well, and I think that's a lot of the issues just with women's bodily autonomy in general, is that why does it affect your life if one woman gets an abortion, or if she decides to do permanent birth control, this and the other thing. So, but people like to take it personally just because it doesn't always align with their life choices. So I don't know. Why people.
I think there's a definite series in just that in itself, like the psychology of people and decision making. Just we're trying to do that kind of section at a time, and this is just one topic. But it is fascinating how people's brains work and how different people think about different things.
Yeah, it puts me in mind of another episode that we've recorded, where one of our guests spoke about a woman in the grocery store having a go at her for not wanting children. A woman she'd never met before, spoken to. Can you relate? Can you relate to that, Jilly?
I've never had a big thing like that or whatever, but I've heard plenty of people say that stuff too, that somehow with offhanded comments or whatever, people are like, oh, wait till you have kids, you'll have these issues too. And they're like, oh no, I'm not ever having kids. And they lose their minds over it. Oh, how dare you? How dare you have a uterus and not use it? Oh my God. Yeah.
Somebody caption that.
Yeah, put that on a t-shirt. That's definitely going on.
I know. But yeah, no, that does happen. I mean, I've definitely run into the conversation of it comes up with a coworker or something, and I'm like, oh yeah, no. And I've gotten the whole you'll change your mind thing, but I've never had a total stranger become so offended at my life.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. It could still happen.
When 1 million people have watched this,
We're all coming for me now.
Yeah, we'll not give out your email address. We'll keep that private.
Yeah, we'll keep that private.
Yeah, so I mean that stuff does happen, as absurd as it sounds. Yeah.
It does sound absurd, but then it sounds really common as well from the people we've spoken to. that did shock me when one of our last guests did mention that in the grocery store. I was just like, how can it offend that woman? You're never going to see her again. And
no,
she was very confident as well, a bit like yourself. And she was like, I don't care.
No. I mean, I find that thing's kind of amusing. That I'm like, that offended you? That was your issue with me today?
Yeah, that was your trigger point.
Yeah.
It's been really good just getting somebody who is so well thought through on the show that we can have a conversation and not feel like we're dancing around the subject and tiptoeing around it. So I think that's a good thing for people to see, is somebody who's so headstrong, so sure about the decision-making process. And hopefully that might help at least one person who sees this or listens to this and can say, do you know what? It's my choice, my life, my decision. And we've said from the beginning when we were putting this together, we were never going to make any judgments. We were never going to come onto this and try and influence our thought processes on other people. It was very much just a voyage of discovery. And meeting people like yourself has been already enlightening to me. And I don't know if Paul probably echoed the same thing. But it's already made my thought processes probably more open and liberal and just more put together myself. I know personally speaking, and I've been talking to Paul about getting her on the show, but my sister is looking to have kids but can't and is really struggling. So she's on the other side of the coin of the story that you're that we're having with you. And so all of this is just really fascinating to me, and I'm hoping that it's fascinating for other people to discuss it as well.
Yeah, it really is. I totally echo what you've just said, Ryan, and thank you again for being so honest and coming on and then just doing what you've done, because it's been such an eye-opener. And as I said, I really hope that other people take something from it, whether it's the strength to go down a similar journey to you or to so thank you so much. We really appreciate your time.
No, we really do, and thank you. Yeah.
I guess that probably one of the better side effects that came out of this Cambrian was that I have a friend, she's significantly young, she's only 21, I'm 30 now, so she's significantly younger, but I'm her trainer for horses, but we're also pretty good friends. Yeah. And she also has known from a young age she didn't want kids, and so wanted to get some sort of surgery, and she also, suffers really badly from endometritis and stuff, and this kind of stuff will help. Yeah. And me going through with it and finding a surgeon that was so open and immediately approved, helped kind of kickstart her to ask her doctor and stuff. So she currently is working on getting a consultation with the same doctor and stuff, and I'm so excited for her.
Oh wow.
So at least it's helped one person just give them the final push to be nah, even though you're young, we can get this done, we'll make it happen.
Yeah. So and that already gives me hope that people there's a positive outcome from your story.
Absolutely.
And if we can share that and hopefully other people see that, then if we can make life easier for everybody, then why not? Do you know what I mean?
100%. Totally agree. All the best, Jilly. Take care. And maybe we'll speak to you again someday. Who knows?
I know, we've got to get the third part of this story.
I'll let you know if anything dramatic happens.
Yes, please do.
Please do. And take care.
Thanks again. All the best.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, it's Paul. Thank you so much for checking out Life Is It Just Me? Don't forget to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts or on YouTube for the video version. Check out our website for the latest updates, lifeisitjust.me. See you soon.